Hi guys, and welcome to this Model Engineers workshop. Today in the workshop, moving on again with the cylinders, we're going to be making the valves. Come on. Hi guys, I'm the chef. Today in the workshop, as I just said, we're going to be moving on with the cylinders. So we're going to be making the steam valves. They come out of one piece, we'll make two together and then split them at the end and just clean up as we go along after that. Right, got the bits on the bench? Come on, I'll talk you through it. Righto guys, here we go. The two cylinder blocks, cylinder cozy that we've just been making the last few videos out the back. This chunk of material, as you can see, it was the end of a bar. It's been painted red to specify the grade. You can see where they literally just smashed it off. I look at things. This is going to form the two valves. So one will go, we'll get out of half of that, we'll get the one for here, and the other half will get the one for there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this all up, get that all squared off, and you need to go to video 4. I'm not going to show you how I squared it off. Go to video for number 49 on this channel, and you'll be able to see it, because I talked it through the whole process when I squared off the cylinders. It's a video called Squaring the Cylinders, number 49 off the top of my head. Just to make life a bit more exciting, today, new tool. As you can see, this is I think they call them a cone cob or a pine cone, but that's got 12 inserts on it. And that will save me going, let's get things in the right relative positions, like this across the ends to square things off. 2 mil, there, D, 2 mil, D, D. I'll be able to go across the whole thing in one go until we get a completely clean surface. Right, so don't need that one just yet. I'll bring you back. Yeah, I'll bring you back when I'm using that, just because that's going to be interesting to record. I'm going to get this in the mill, get this all squared off, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, see you in a bit. Righto, guys, here we go. Already machined the surface that was up here originally. This is now the second one. I also had a little bit of a test run with this cutter off camera just to reassure myself that it was working all right. Good news is it's working perfectly, but I'll show you. So I've flipped this. Now, don't forget, we're flipping so that the original reference face, which is the one up against the fixed jaw over here at the back where my finger is the one that we're working from. So we're not rotating it this way, we're flipping it that way. Right, so I'm going to power up the machine. It'll get noisy as always. Do a touch off, move the chuck away towards the column, put on the feed, put on a cut, keep calling it a feed, it's not, it's a cut, and then I'll be winding the handle towards me. Yeah, I like this piece, this new tool. It's good. Let's get it going and I'll show you. Okay guys, it's going to get noisy. Here goes. It's going to go till we get touch off. There's touch off. Right. Put on a cut, not very deep, because of course I don't know how square this end of the block is. Right, here goes. Just taking the time. That's almost got that end squared off. So let's put on another one. This is all in real time. I'm not going to go again too deep. There we go. This should just about clean this end up. Turn that off, you can hear me. Right, now, That is a lovely finish, but you can see that line. That's actually a little step. Not much, probably maybe 0.1 of a mil, maybe even less. It appears that this row of cutters is larger, greater diameter than the middle row, which is a greater diameter than the bottom row. Obviously something to do with when these things are used in a CNC machine. Now, that's not going to make any difference to this application that we're making for the steam valves, so I'm not going to worry about it. If it was something more critical, yeah, we'd be doing something about it, but we don't need to at the moment. All right, so what am I going to do now? Going to machine off this top surface, and then using one of these ends, because of course we now need to machine. What do I need to machine on this? No, we're done. We've just got this one to go, and then all 6 are machined, and we can start getting it down to size. Right, I'll get it down to size, and I'll bring you back when I'm at the right size, enough for 2 steam valves. All right, guys, see you in a bit. Righto, guys, there we go. Didn't take too long. Got the block down to 20 thick, 39.55, 39.5 according to the drawing. You gotta love a drawing that says all dimensions are good within 0.2 of a millimeter, so that's well within tolerance. Length is slightly long, as you can see on the scratch marks here. Valve 1, valve 2. This gap in the middle is where we'll split these eventually, hacksaw them apart, put them back to back, put them in the mill, get them both to the same length. Right, you can see there I've put the scratches on as a rough marker for myself for the valve porting in these. And these we need to go 5 deep, 2 millimeter radius in the corners, which means a 4 millimeter cutter. Let's get the cap off this. There we go. That's a 4 millimeter carbide cutter. So this is going to go through this like hot knife through butter. Probably what I'm going to do is go along the edges first with this, and then go out to a bigger cutter. I don't know if my 12.7 will actually. It should do, shouldn't it? Yeah, of course it will. Yeah, I'll give it a think. I should then be able to transfer the cutter out to a bigger one anyway, something larger than this, and then take out. There we go. Take out the middle chunk once I've got the edges all done. All right, guys, I'll get this set up in the vise on the mill. We're going to drill a little hole, probably 0.5 mil in, and down to 5 mil. There is quite a bit of meat in this. There's still going to be about 5 mil before the upper surface, so we've got 10 mil to play with. So even if that little pilot drill goes down to 6 mil, it wouldn't make any difference. Just somewhere to allow that little end mill to go in and start cutting. So rather than trying to force it straight through to the full depth of 5 mil, we'll create a pilot hole and go down through that. Right, so it'll be the usual thing. In the mill vise, 0 zeros. I'll work out all the dimensions for this one. Then we'll flip the whole thing around. And then using the same numbers, we can put in this part of the valve. All right, guys. I'll get this set up. Oh, my nose itches. And I'll bring you back. All right, guys. See you in a bit. Righto, guys. So here we are, set up in the mill again. Done the zeros on the edges here. Yep. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a center drill in. I'm going to go in with a 5.5 mil drill, but I'm going to make sure we only go down 5 mil. And then when we got that done, we'll swap over to the little 4 mil. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. 4 mil end mill, and we'll go down center of the same hole, and then we'll move the vise towards myself till we hit the right mark, and then we'll be going up and down until we hit 5 mil, and then we can come across towards me, and then back along this side, and then back across there to where the hole is that we started with. Right, so let's get this done. Okay, it's going to get noisy, guys. You know it is, so here goes. Now, of course, I've lost the center on the top surface of the material there, so sheet of paper is normally only a few thou thick, so we will just go until this just a little tight there. I know I need to do 5mm, so I can set the dial on the drill handle. There we go. Right, so let's go down 5mm. Getting noisy, here goes. There we go. That's 5mm, and let's have a look. I'm looking good on my scratch marks. Should do us nicely. Right, good. I'll swap this out for the 4mm end mill, and I'll bring you back at that. All right, give me a couple of seconds, guys. Hang on. Right, so there we go, guys. Got the cutter in the mill now. I just moved the table along a bit, brought down the cutter till it made contact, and I've set the dials so we know as far we're going. And then I've recentered back on that hole. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to raise the table. I'm going to take about a 0.2 cut. Just take my time. We're then going to go out to where we need to be. We're going to go along that way to where we need to be. And then we're going to come back along here to where the scratch marks are. And the DRO's telling me we're in the right place. So, as I say, down into the hole, move the table across, lock down the Y travel here on the table, so we can only go up and down on the X, and then we'll start making a little cut that way first, and then along, and then we'll come back. We'll do exactly the same. We'll go get to the hole, go down, go back, go along. But I'll do one, and then once I get that slot done, I'll bring you back and update you, and we can start doing the other three sides. All right, guys. So as usual, it's going to get noisy. And I've only got one 4mm cutter like this, so let's hope we can get 2 pockets out of it. Here goes. Raise the table to put on a 0.2mm cut. Move across to the right dimension. Which is coming up now. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the DRO, guys, so just taking the time. There we go. Lock down the travel now. What have I got to go to? 11, right. So let's get to the end here. Coming up. Yep, there we go. And then back the other way. Here we go. I'm not actually cutting anything there, so let's go back. I forgot to put on the feed, didn't I? The cut. There we go. Try that again. Keeping my eye on the DRO this time. There we go. Back the other way. And yes, we're making a cut this time. Getting up close to where I need to be. Very close. There we go. Back to the hole. Somewhere about there. Righto guys, lots more of this to do. I'll bring you back when I get this one down to 5mm and we'll start having a go at the other ones. Alright guys, see you in a bit. Right guys, so that was a bit sweaty. Little cutter going quite deep, 5 deep. So actually deeper than it is its diameter. Got there, just took my time, 0.2mm cuts every time, backwards and forwards. Right now, so left the cutter where it is, it's clear of the work at the moment. Yep, and just checking the darts. So I've locked the table now in this direction. So because now we're only going in this direction. So we're going to be going in the Y. We're going to be coming across to our next marker, which is 18mm. So we get across to here. And then we'll go back down this side and back across there. So when I get those 4 slots in, sorry, when I get all 4 slots, not those 4, I'll bring you back. There's no point you watching this. You know what I'm doing. Right. Yep. See you in a bit. Righto, guys. There we go. That's the 4 edges done. Little block in the middle. So I'm going to use the same little 4mm cutter just to cut away one corner. And then I'll be able to transfer up to an 8mm carbide cutter. And then that'll make taking this centerpiece out dead easy. Right. So I'll get the corner pocket cut out and I'll bring you back at that. All right, guys, see you in a bit. Righto, guys, so a few minutes on, you can see just there, I've just milled in the little pocket. This is now my 8mm carbide. So we're going to bring down, I've already touched off, you can see a little silver scratch mark there. And just in case going up, across and down, and around, and just every time I hit the pocket, just go down 0.2. So we get this all milled out to 0.5, to 5mm, not 0.5. Right, so let's have a think. Right, I'll show you the first one, go around very carefully, and then I'll get it done, and after that, I'll bring you back. All right, guys, here you go. It's going to get noisy. Sorry, guys, just got to move you around a bit. That's the table up to the 0. Put on a cut. Let's just move this along. There we go. Clear there. And this way. So, take out that middle bit. There we go. Head back to the pocket. Looking really nice. Nice smooth finish anyway. Right, so I'll get that done, get it down to the 5mm to match the rest of it. And at that, I will bring you back. All right, guys, see you in a few minutes. Righto, guys, there we go. A couple of minutes have passed. That's that pocket milled out. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to take this out of the vise, spin it so I can get this end over here and do the same. And when I get these 2 pockets in, well, I get like a second pocket in, I'll bring you back. That was nice and easy with the 8mm carbide cutter, I was able to take a little bit deeper cut every time. I was taking 0.4, whereas with the 4mm I was taking 0.2. So nice and easy. Just literally went round and took out the middle bit, as you saw on the first run. Right, good. That was exciting. Lovely finish in the bottom of that. Doesn't really matter. This is only where the steam comes out of the cylinders and gets directed to go straight up the chimney. I suppose smoother is better than rough, but anyway, it is what it is now. It's done. Right, I'll get number 2 done and I'll bring you back. See you in a bit. Righto, guys. So there we go. 2 pockets milled. A few chips still knocking around. So what happens next is I'm going to take this out, flip it over end for end, not rotate it, keeping the reference face still up against the fixed jaw of the vise. We then have to set up for a 12mm slot, 10.2 millimeters deep, straight down the middle, straight down the guts. For that, can you see it? This is a 12mm 2-flute slot drill. So we will just be going up and down to put this 10.2mm slot in. And then we have to start dividing up to make the pegs that will be then protruding upwards, so that the valve block locks in, and we'll be able to propel these valves once I split them into 2 and clean up the ends, 1 for each cylinder. All right, guys, let me flip this over, put that milling cutter into the machine, and I'll bring you back at that. All right, hang on, give us a minute. Righto, guys, so here we are. Block's been flipped. This is the 12mm slot cutter in the machine. As I said, this is a 12mm. We need a 12mm slot. So even if it does cut slightly wide, it doesn't matter, because the piece that we'll be making that goes in there, we can make to fit. So I'm just going to back off. You can see I'm literally just at the point of touching off. I'm going to back off that way a little bit and come back in properly, do my touch off, go back out, put a cut on, and I'll show you one cut. So as always, this is going to get noisy. Let me just get into place. Wrong way. Right, so let's just lower that down a bit. Okay, going to get noisy, and then we'll do the touch off and we'll do one cut. Okay, here goes. Right, let's get the touch off. There's touch off. Set my dial. Back away. Just a light cut, see how this goes. Yeah, that'll do us. And being longitudinal, I can use the power feed. Tell you what, let me just give myself a bit of a run up. Right, here goes. Take it nice and steady. Oh, that's cutting beautifully. Right, well, you'd have been able to see all that, yeah. Right, so I'll get this down to 10.2 and I'll bring you back. See you in a bit, guys. Righto, guys, there we go. One slot down the middle. I've just measured it. It is 12mm exactly, so the slot drill did what it was supposed to do. So now I've just got to start milling away the end here now. We've got to come in 14, take off 14 from the end. So when I get that bit in, I'll bring you back. So this is going to be a video of little short bits for the next little bit, because we've got to put a slot in here, big slot through here, and then spin it all around. Oh, and then a little slot through the middle of all that as well. And then I'll spin it around and do the same from the other end. All right, guys, give me a sec. I'll get this 14mm bit done here, and I'll bring you back when I've got that done. Okay, see you in a bit. Righto guys, here we go. Back for another clip. A little bit of handheld, sorry for the shake. Right, so that's 14mm milled off the end there. You can see where the 12mm slot came through. You got that nice little pattern in the bottom, although there is absolutely nothing there to feel because it's all down to the same setting. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to move down the right amount, which I've calculated from here, which is 36.4. Put another big slot through here. I'm then going to travel to the end, take 14mm off there, then do the 36.4 back this way. And so all of these levels will be machined on the same setting. And then we've got to change to a 1/4 inch, a 6.35 or 6.4 on the drawings, which I have. Fortunately, there we are, that's a 1/4 inch 4-flute end mill, although this one is HSS, not carbide, so I'll just go slowly. And then we have to put a 1/4 inch slot through this block that's left here, and a 1/4 inch slot through the block that's left there. Right, I'll get all of these slots in. You've seen what it's going to look like. There's no point in me bringing you back at every slot. So I'll get all the slots in, and then, yeah, there's not much left to do on these valve blocks after that. All right, guys, see you in a bit. Righto, guys, there we go. That's all the slots put in, all the gaps. The little HSS cutter up the top here. Did a sterling job, so I just got a bit of cleanup to do. So I've got to whip this out, clean up a few bits and pieces, a few burrs. And then for the exciting bit, I've got to take a hacksaw cut through the middle here. I did leave enough material in the middle, but I've got to be very careful. And then once that's cut, we can put these two back to back, hold them in the vise, and machine off the end and get them to the length of 44.9 off the top of my head, but I'll check the drawings when we get that far. All right, guys, let me get this deburred and cut in half and set up for milling the ends, and I'll bring you back. See you in a bit, guys. Righto, guys, there we are. The two bits are now cut up in the vise, one on top of the other. Got a little bit of emery paper here just to help secure them. Squared up the backs over here where my finger is. And so we should get these two down to the same length at the same time. I'm going to use this nice big corncob cutter again, pine cone, whatever it's called. Gave me a lovely surface last time, so I'm hopeful for the same. And we've got to just get this down to size. So I've got my vernier calipers. Where's the camera go? There we go. I've got my vernier calipers close at hand. So touch off, get a clean cut across both, and then we start measuring and working out what we've got to take off. Right. So as always, guys, this is going to get a bit noisy, and we'll get this done. All right, here we go. There's touch off. Yep. Put on a light cut. Again, getting a lovely finish. There we go, finally a clean face all the way across. Let's have a measure. We are looking for 44.9 so that they fit exactly, just a sliding fit within the valve chests, which we made a few videos ago. Let's have a look, see where we're at. We are at, 46 and a bit. So we've got, where's that micrometer gone? There it is. So as you can see, 46 points. Let me get nicely behind the camera. I can do this properly then. Where are we? 46 points. It's not going to be much, is it? 0.15. Look at that. Yep. Maybe, yeah, 1.5. We'll call that 46.15. Right. So that gives me 1.25 to take off. Right, guys. I'll pause it there and I'll bring you back. Right, guys. There we go. All cleaned off. Look at that surface. You can even just see a little bit of shine in there. Absolutely beautiful. Right. And the important thing. Almost 45 there. So 44 point. Come on, focus. 0.9. Absolutely on the knocker. Wonderful. Right. Let me get these out. Deburr them. And I'll be on the bench and I'll bring you back. Righto, guys. So there we go. 2 valves. All to size, all to shape. Right length. Another 2 bits to go to our ever-increasing pile of cast iron bits. Now, of course, these 2 bits have to fit in here. So I think that one they need to spin around. Let's get them in the right orientation. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Look at that. And of course, now you can see what a steam valve does. Let me move that one out of the way. You can imagine that when this is working, this is going to slide up and down in here and direct the steam accordingly. Yep, loving it. Absolutely loving it. Right. Give us a second and I'll bring this video to a close. All right, guys. See you in a tick. Alrighty, guys. Bringing this video to a close. There's the 2 valves. Hopefully you can see those. Maybe I'll just bring those in a little closer for you. Hopefully I'm in screen. I don't know. 2 more bits down. Wonderful. Right. So the ever-increasing pile of cast iron for the cylinders is 2 more bits near fruition. Wonderful. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good times. All right, guys. Yep. So that's the end of this one. I'll bring it to a close like I normally do. Saying, if you can find it in your heart and souls, to give me a like and a subscribe. If you're a watcher, it's the likes and subscribes that really keep it going. The likes put this video in front of other people that are like-minded like you and I. All right. So if you got it, please, please give me a like, give me a subscribe if you aren't already. All right, guys, this is the chef saying, see you later.